Previously on the MPP.
I think the Angels are in the worst spot of any
Yeah.
Major League Baseball team out there. I can't think of another team um,
Like what are the
that's
positives
worse
for
set
the
up for the
Angels?
future.
Mike
That
Trout,
doesn't Mike Trout doesn't play
Rendon.
half a season. Rendon hasn't played more than 100 games in the last 4 years. Like, I don't know what there is to look forward to as an Angels fan.
Yeah.
If I'm an Angels fan, I don't even want them to make any big moves. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna waste money for who's gonna want to play for the Angels right now, anyways.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think you have to trade Trout, and at this point, you won't even get that much for him that you would have if you had traded him 2 years ago.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 67. 67. The big 6-7. Um, Hopefully everyone had a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. Um, a lot happened, kind of ish, kind of the NBA. I'm not the NBA, the NFL. Stuff happened in the NBA. Stuff happened in college football. So, excited to get to this episode, and we'll start with Noah's headlines from this last week.
Yeah, so going off of the college football, it's bowl game season for
Oh yeah.
college football,
Oh yeah.
and when it comes to the bowl games,
Yeah.
normally there's like a nice little celebration. You get a little Gatorade bath for the coach,
Yeah.
but it's a little different with the bowl games. So there's some games like the Duke's Mayo Bowl. They dumped mayonnaise on their coach.
Yeah.
Um, disgusting, disgusting in my opinion. This is iced coffee. Coffee got dumped on a coach.
What?
Yeah, in another one. We had some French fries, some Cheez-Its, and
Nice.
another. Um, so that just got me thinking.
Yeah.
What would you want dumped on you if you were a coach?
This always takes me back to Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards, and you get slime dumped on you. I thought that was like the coolest thing back there. Um, I think they still have it actually. Um, I don't know. I think mayo's kind of gross.
No, yeah, there's no way I would
Like
do mayo.
I like eating mayo, but it just gives me the EBGBs.
Eat it
Just
by the
getting,
spoonful or what?
huh?
Eat it by the spoonful?
No, I would not eat it by the spoonful.
Hey, some
I
people
just
do
have
that.
it. I just have it on my sandwich. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
I
yeah.
have.
Small amounts.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I would like. What's the worst thing? Like hot sauce? That would be bad.
Oh yeah, because that would get in your eyes or something.
Yeah,
That would be
that
that'd
has
be
to be
messed
something
up.
against. Like, I guess mayo's fine. It's good for your skin, supposedly. Good for your hair.
It's just greasy. The kind of like I don't know if it's really that's true or not. But they had the Pop Tart Bowl also, which they just brought out a Pop Tart. I think it'd be kind of nice to have like a dessert dropped on you.
Honestly,
Catch one of them.
the Pop Tart idea was kind of cool. I didn't know. I think we mentioned it in the pod that it was going to be the first ever edible mascot, and how they did it, it turned out better than I thought how it was gonna go. The Pop Tart like stood on the toaster and was like waving goodbye, and then he got lowered, and then out came a huge edible Pop Tart that
Yeah,
still had the person's face on it. So
yeah,
it's cool. It's a cool idea. The trophy was cool too.
yeah. So you're gonna go with slime?
Yeah, I'll go with slime.
I think I would just go with like a dessert. I feel like like a donut little drop on you or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. It's not nothing heavy.
Yeah,
You catch one, have a nice little dessert,
yeah.
celebration.
Also,
So
too, the winning coach got mini Pop Tarts poured on him. So
yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. Like little, yeah, it's something different, but it's also nothing crazy. Like even the
Yeah.
Cheez-Its thing's nice. Um,
Yeah.
French fries cool, but not mayo. Iced coffee. I feel like that'd be annoying.
Yeah.
Um,
It gets a little sticky, I would
and
say.
even the Gatorade, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sticky
but
as well.
yeah, just dump some water. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have for that one. It's just an interesting
Yeah. Bowl
little
games are interesting.
tradition, for the bowl games. If you have a food related bowl game, that's what you might get dumped on you as a head coach. Any head coaches out there listening, beware. You
Beware.
get to a bowl game.
It's all fun and games
Uh,
until something gross gets dumped on you.
until you get mayonnaise dumped on you. I think I'd lose that game on purpose. Um, Next we got some NFL news with Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson, everyone knows last year had a tough year
Yeah.
with Nathaniel Hackett, who got fired by the Broncos. They bring in Sean Payton. He's not having the worst year. He's having a nice little 20, I think he has like 26 touchdowns, um, 8 interceptions, 6 interceptions. So not bad statistic wise, but if you watch the Broncos, you can tell, the offense just isn't clicking.
Yeah.
It's just not a great offense there. So I guess in his contract he is due 37 million extra on top of his current salary if he gets injured by the end of this year. So
Hmm.
I think it'd be $76 million guaranteed at the start of next year if he does get injured. So the Broncos did decide that they're going to bench Russell Wilson for the remainder 2 games since they're probably basically out of the playoff run, even though they still have like a 5-10% chance to make it. Um, Very slim chance. Also, allegedly they went up to him mid-season, before the season. I don't know exactly when, asking him to or telling him, not asking, telling him to change his contract or he will be benched at this season at some
Yeah.
point. And this is the point right here. They just didn't want to pay just in case he gets injured, which I'm pretty sure they knew what they were getting into already when they
Yeah.
traded for him. I'm sure they looked at the contract and they're fine with it. So it's just really weird situation. I think it's kind of like we'll use Russell Wilson as a scapegoat here for the season. Even though he's not the worst, it has
He's better
wasn't
than some
having
QBs out there.
was not
I
having
would,
the worst season at all.
yeah. It's just
Um,
it's just a weird situation. Like this just kind of came out of the blue.
yeah, really
Like
out of nowhere, all in one
yeah.
day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure within the organization there's talks for a long time, but just news wise, like damn, this like didn't really get out until yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, there's rumors that Russell Wilson will get benched, and then like couple hours later, and then the news broke. So, I don't know. Um, I don't know where Denver Broncos go from here. Right? Like they won
They're
enough
gonna have to
games.
draft a QB or something.
Yeah, they won enough games where you don't get a super high pick. Also, too, Coco's making a big appearance in this episode. Um, don't know. Like, who do you have to trade up, right, to get a QB? No
Yeah,
way,
right.
like
Right
Drake
now they're
May's
probably
gonna
sitting. They're
gonna
probably
come.
top 15 right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're gonna have to trade up. There's no way unless they want to take a Bo Nix. It's probably gonna go a little later in the
yeah,
mid to late first round, potentially second round.
yeah.
Um,
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
be
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. But I mean, I thought maybe they'd give the rest of his contract since next year's the last year, anyways. But looks like they're gonna cut him in March because that's when his contract gets guaranteed.
they're
Uh,
gonna owe him like 80 something million dollars, which is
yeah,
wild.
yeah, they owe him 80 if they cut him before March 4th or whatever it is.
Hmm.
But after that, they would owe him like the rest of his contract, which is like $125 million or something like that. So
Hmm.
they'd rather take the 86 million hit now instead of 125 mil.
Yeah,
Um, But a lot of teams are going to be out there, so maybe that changes the draft process for some teams. Like maybe the Falcons, instead of trying to trade up for a QB, go with little Russell Wilson,
Yeah,
bring
I
in
can
a
name
veteran
five
QB.
teams that need a QB. Atlanta, Washington football team, the Patriots, and it's only three.
The Broncos.
Uh, huh?
The Broncos now.
The Broncos. Yep, that's four. Uh, I don't know who else
There's a
actually.
lot of. I mean, there's the Steelers potentially if they're
Steelers. Yeah,
done with Kenny Pickett, which there's a chance they could be.
yeah.
Um, a lot of options out there. So we'll see if he wants to take a backup role also, but I doubt it. He's been the guy for so long. I feel like it'd be pretty hard for him to take a backup role unless he's ready to actually change it up. And then next we got something we talked about probably a couple months ago now, maybe 3 months ago now. Wander Franco, the former Tampa Bay Ray,
Yeah,
who was in the news for dating a 14-year-old.
dating
I
a
don't,
minor.
dating a minor. I think she was reportedly 14. And reportedly there was two, 14, 15, maybe even younger. I don't know. Um, but he's on the run. He is now on the run. So there was two raids on two of his houses
Jeez,
in the Dominican Republic, and they're raiding the house to look for him. Um, could not find him.
they're
This
looking
is
for
this
his
was
baseball mitt.
this was after he didn't show up to his summoned court hearing, and he also fired his legal team
Love that.
right after. So I think he's just decided, he's just gonna flee. I mean, I would be surprised if he's even in the Dominican Republic still.
Yeah, I
Probably
don't know
never
how
hear from
that
him again.
works.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if
I
he.
don't think you can leave the country, right? Like if you're,
There has to be. There's ways you can leave.
well, yeah,
And he's a
but
rich guy now.
yeah,
After he signed that 11-year, hundred and something million-dollar contract to a couple of years ago, so he has some money from that. Um, but
I couldn't
yeah,
imagine, huh? Just
that's
trying to
probably the
flee.
last time we'll hear about Wander Franco unless they find him.
Man, he went from superstar to
22 years old. This
yeah,
guy signed an
future
11-year contract at
superstar.
20 years old, 183 million, potential 250 million. Uh, if he has another year, something like that. Um, then all of a sudden it's just gone. You know,
Yeah.
he was potentially a top 10 player in the league this year.
Hmm.
Um, out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. So, um, yeah, so that's pretty much it. He's on the run, so I doubt
He'll
we'll hear about it
yeah, you think
unless he gets caught. Unless he gets caught, but
he'll pop up like 3 years from now, you know? Isn't
I
that
don't
when
know.
people start to make mistakes?
I don't know.
Couple years. I
I
watch
wonder.
too many
I just
crime
wonder where he'll be
shows.
found. Like
Italy.
will he just be hidden in the Dominican Republic somewhere?
Because then you have to like change your name if you want to travel, get fake passports.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a show movie thing though. I feel like it's
Oh,
kind of hard
okay.
to actually do that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it seems like more of a hassle or very hard to do in real life.
I'm sure there's a way.
You don't call up, Uncle Joe and, he knows a guy and you just get it done real quick.
But I think it's once he didn't show up to his court appearance, he
That's
was out. He
over.
was gone already. He
Yeah,
was already out of wherever
there's no shot. Yeah,
he got a nice little private jet somewhere, and he's gone. You
he's
know,
gone like that.
moved his money into an offshore account. Whatever. Money can't be seized. Whatever you do,
Jeez.
full on villain. in a movie type thing.
Yeah, they'll make a movie about it later.
Yeah, so we'll see if he gets caught. I think he will. I think nowadays, it's a lot easier to find people, so
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
got
Yeah,
eyes
they
everywhere.
probably have an idea of where he might go already, stuff like that. Well, we'll see if they actually chase him. I don't know how the Dominican Republic is on that stuff.
Yeah. Um, onto my headlines from this last week. No, sad because I took his headline, but the Pistons in the news pretty much every day for when they're gonna win a game again. The last time they won a game, it was in October, and the record stood at 2-1.
We're above 500.
They were above 500, 2-1, and now there was a close game last night. Pistons versus the Celtics. Pistons were up by 21 at one point, up by 19 at the half. And you would think, 19 points is the Celtics, what are they gonna try to come back? Do they just chalk it up? Um, it ended up going to overtime and the Pistons lost. So
Yep.
pretty crazy. I don't know what's wrong with the Pistons. Uh, this is it's tied for the longest streak in the NBA at 28. Um, I'm pretty sure they're gonna break it. There's no way they win, right?
Yeah, the next game's Saturday against Toronto. So
All hope is lost. I
it
guess
is at
this
home though.
also too this game versus the Celtics was the most bet game as well. A lot of people bet the Pistons to win it. And everyone almost cashed in. But
They were up big, so I bet
yeah,
everyone was happy.
it
Like,
was
hey, we're
plus
gonna make some
900.
money. Yeah, we're
Plus
gonna make some
900.
money.
Pretty wild.
Um, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, Saturday's next chance. Bet on them again. I think everyone's just gonna be betting on the Pistons till they win it.
One thing is, what do you do with Monty Williams? He's the highest paid coach in the NBA, and he's dropping 28 losses in a row.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
You can't
you
get
gotta
rid of
keep him,
him,
right?
right?
You gotta,
Because
you
you
gotta,
gotta
gotta
pay
keep
him.
him. You gotta keep him a couple more years at least.
Yeah.
I don't know how long his contract is. I think it was like a 5 year or something like that. I mean, it was a long one. So
I think it wasn't it 7 years, 70
yeah,
million,
I think he has 5 years
10 million a
left
year.
though.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, they have some good young pieces. Like Kate Cunningham said, I don't think they're 2-29 bad or whatever they are now.
Cunningham looks good. He's dropping over 30 points a game.
Hey, he's the only reason why they're even competitive in some games. On Underdog, I'm always hitting the over on his points, rebounds, and assists because he's the only one doing anything on that team. Uh, but yeah, they're. I saw that the record for all uh, sports teams is 29
Hmm.
losses in a row, and they're all Detroit teams.
Nice. Good for
So
them.
yeah, there's the '08 Lions,
They went defeated.
'03 Tigers, 43 and 119.
Jesus Christ.
The 2019 Red Wings, 17, 49 and 5, and then the Pistons.
At least they had the Lions who are going to make the playoffs, maybe win the NFC. Talk about that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have to win maybe the 31st loss, maybe.
I
They
mean,
might
they
as
have
well
to win at
just
some
break the
point, right?
record,
They
right? They
have
might
to
as well
win at
just
some.
break it.
Yeah, I don't think they can beat or they can. I don't think they will beat the Raptors. Their last game of the year.
Yeah.
I think they'll end the year in the loss, and then maybe start off the next year,
Who's
with a
after the
win.
Raptors? Do you have
Let me
it?
see.
Yeah, just
The Rockets, which is
oof,
not an easy game. Their next best chance is against the Jazz, uh,
which they just
January 3rd.
so. And they'll probably have full people. So
I
But
mean, the
yeah,
Jazz isn't even hard. I mean, easy. They're 13 and 19, so
dang. Well, we'll keep an eye on the Pistons. I'm sure we'll have an update. Next, another clinching, maybe history. The Browns won last night. Me and Noah did not choose the Browns to win. We're the only team that did not choose the Browns, but
you gotta
it's
take a shot
okay.
in the dark, you know?
Yeah, that's fun. The Browns clinch a playoff spot for the first time since 2002. I mean, I guess you can count the COVID season. They made it, but it's COVID season. 2002 was the last time they made it. Three times in 20 seasons, which is wild. That's not a lot. Um, Joe Flacco leading the charge, looking good. Pretty interesting what they were saying last night that they're just asking Joe Flacco to just air it out, just throw it down the field. Like we don't we're not worried if it gets intercepted. As long as you throw three touchdowns, three interceptions, and try to get at least 400 yards passing, we're gonna have a good chance to win. But that's a wild. They want to throw
Yeah.
the ball like 45 times a game.
Yeah, they trust the defense, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big trust.
but I mean, last night,
They
he
drove
had
right down the field the first drive.
he potentially had four interceptions though that game.
Yeah, yeah.
Three of them were dropped by the Jets cornerbacks. Um, one was a pick six, and then there's like three other fumbles that Ford had that were one was overturned, and then a couple of them. I don't know who the other one is, but
Njoku got rocked.
yeah, they had two fumbles against them.
Yeah,
There's a lot of turnovers for the Browns. So and the Jets just they missed like three field goals.
they're just bad.
Yeah, like they just couldn't score. They had some good opportunities, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if I trust the Browns. I feel like this game against a Jets team who isn't even that great. Um,
yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm not about the Joe Flacco hype. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you're watching the game, I was watching the game last night. Joe Flacco, some of his throws. I don't know. I don't know how you can just you're excited about it.
I don't
But he
know. I
does have
think
some magic about him right now. So I will say, you know, he has like the Fitz magic going on.
yeah, like the Browns are always bad, right? Like they weren't even really that good with Deshaun Watson, and now they
Oh
have
no.
Joe Flacco, who was on the couch 4 weeks ago, just slinging it out there. So I think all the Browns fans are just like, we have a chance, you
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah.
I didn't even realize they were 10-5 until I saw it last night and I texted you, and I was like, Jesus, where
Yeah.
have I been?
They were 5-1 with Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson was not playing well.
Yeah,
He was playing so bad.
yeah, they're lucky that their defense is good,
Yeah, the
but
defense won them a few games early on.
we'll see. So we'll see the Browns in the playoffs. Do not want to face the Browns. I would say they may even
They
get home
don't
field for the first game. So
do not want to face that defense.
it's gonna be
Uh,
wild. The Browns fans are just wild. I would put them right next to the Eagles fans,
the dog pound.
the rowdiest fans.
Don't want to go to the dog pound.
And then finally, FSU, Florida State, been in the news lately. A couple things. They want out of the ACC just because they didn't get a playoff spot, and people think that that conference isn't as strong as the others, which makes sense. Um, Louisville got beat by USC in whatever bowl it was, pretty handedly.
The
Uh,
backup QB.
yeah, he threw six touchdowns against Louisville, who was ranked number 15. So the ACC's second best team, Louisville, got beat. So FSU wants out, and also Florida State players are not happy that they didn't make the playoffs. So at least 20 players are opting out of the bowl game, including Jordan Travis. He's injured, of course. The second string QB is in the transfer portal, and so now they have to ride with the number 3. maybe the number four. I don't even know if you have a number four on the team, but yeah, I don't think I think Georgia's gonna win pretty easily now. I think Georgia's players are playing in that game. Haven't really heard because Florida State's really taken all the spotlight, but pretty interesting that
Yeah, but also the transfer portal time I think is like you have to do it before a
yeah,
certain
the day
date. So
before.
also that's why some people can't play in the bowl games because they have to put their name in transfer portal or else they can't be in the transfer portal. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, the timing for that is not very
it
good.
doesn't. That doesn't really make sense. I do feel like
Yeah,
they need to put it after the bowl game
yeah,
if
like
some people want to play. But I mean, if you're gonna go to the NFL, you're not gonna play anyways. So
yeah, like maybe like an after all the bowl games, after the playoffs,
yeah, I
January
don't know. It's
15th or
just
whatever.
weird rules.
Yeah, I think, or it's something like they can't participate in spring training, like spring practice. It's like something like that. Some rule where if they don't do it by a certain date, they can't compete in something. But yeah, I'm not against the FSU. They won all their games without their QB.
Yeah,
It's kind of rough because yeah, they don't have their star QB with them, but they still won the games.
yeah,
They
with the backup QB.
So you think they would deserve it, but
I don't know.
it's tough for FSU. It's tough. I can
Yeah,
see why they're like boycotting the game,
yeah.
but it's just it's a tough situation for them.
And then James Madison football. They wanted to sign a petition to play in a bowl game. They're not eligible because they just signed to get to D1 FBS.
It's a
So
2 year waiting period, I guess,
yeah,
to play a bowl.
everyone was making a big deal. Not enough teams got to 500 this year, so JMU got to play in a bowl game, and they played against Air Force, who Air Force demolished James Madison. It wasn't even close. Air Force killed him. So kind of put the rumors to rest and you know, James Madison fans to be like, okay. Like how you losing to Air Force? They run triple option every play. Like you can't stop it.
It's crazy. Like Army, Navy, and Air Force, they all run triple option. Just
Yeah.
like it's coming, and you still can't stop it. It's so weird.
They run it every year.
Yeah, it's literally the same playbook all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
And
It's
then
it's really interesting they
finally
don't change it up too.
and then finally Alabama, pretty interesting. Someone on the team. I don't know if it's I don't think it was Jalen Monroe, but um Alabama not using tablets to scout their opponent Michigan because Michigan got Harbaugh got suspended, but Michigan got in trouble for advanced scouting and going to games, so Alabama's scared to use tablets and watch game film on Michigan. So kind of interesting that someone said that during the media interviews,
Yeah,
press conferences.
not media trained.
Not me, no, not media trained. Also, too, Jalen Monroe. Is it Milrow?
Milrow.
Milrow. It was interesting that Milrow said that his QB coach said he wouldn't start this year, and then now he's in the playoffs. So,
I think
uh,
it says Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator for
oh, was it?
the Texans or something. I did see that yesterday. I don't remember, but it was
Mhm.
a former offensive coordinator.
Oh,
Um,
I thought it was a current.
I don't know. That'd be pretty
Oh
messed
yeah,
up if it's the
former.
current.
Yeah, yeah. Bill O'Brien, former, said he wouldn't play. So
Yeah, that he should be like a running back or whatever.
yeah, wouldn't be a starting QB. So
Yeah, and I saw that because a lot of people are, Bears Twitter's going crazy about Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. So one of the people that just popped up on my suggested stuff was talking about. See, this is why you can't just talk about Justin Fields switching to running back, blah blah blah. Oh my God, that Twitter's so annoying. I wish I could just. I hate seeing it, and it's just all over my for you page or whatever because I'm a Bears fan.
They
It
talked
just
about
all
the
falls
Bears.
off.
Yep. But those are my headlines and our headlines for this last week. Let us know what you think about those. And next, we'll play a little Weddle here. Um,
Who's been big news? Russell Wilson.
you think Joe Flacco's on?
Yeah, I bet he is. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson.
Oh, he's
Hope he's
not.
not. Dang, gotta update it.
How about how about who was I just thinking?
You don't like Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson,
5'11". Nice.
running
Uh,
back, wide receiver,
NFC.
and NFC. Yeah, younger, young guy. Let's go running
Maybe
back, huh?
Tony Pollard.
I like it.
I feel like he might be 5'11", right?
Yeah.
Maybe. A little
Oh,
taller. Um,
younger than 26, lower than number 20.
Higher than three. Okay. It's like a mid, like a teen. Like who's like a teen number or like a 10.
In the NFC.
Yeah, like a number 10 because it's like not close to
Okay.
three. It's not close to 20. It has to be like right in the middle
I
somewhere.
could only think of Pacheco, but he's in the AFC.
Kenneth
Um,
Walker. No,
McCaffrey. Well, I mean,
no.
Ken Walker's what, 9?
Yeah, it could be Walker. You want to try Walker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
not
too
the
short.
NFC East, not the
Oh, he's
NFC.
a rookie. This guy has to be a rookie. Not Gibbs. Um, Rashad. No, Rashad White's one. He's
The
not that young
Bijan?
either. What number is Bijan though?
7?
It's probably Bijan. Yeah, but Bijan. He's the only option I can think of.
Yeah,
Yeah, easy.
easy. Dude, we're so good at Weddle. I'm not gonna lie. It's a way better experience than Portal.
Yeah, Portal's rough.
Do you want to play Portal or no?
No,
No,
no one watches that anyways.
definitely not.
Could go to the picks.
Let's go to Underdog Fantasy picks for this week.
Only one game Saturday this week. It's a good game too.
Yeah,
Detroit and Dallas. Big game, big game.
big game, big game.
All right, so this week for Weddle. Well,
Weddle. Underdog?
this week for our underdog picks. I don't really have a theme this time, but I'm
Sad.
gonna go with the Mr. Little reliable. Go to Houston, Nico Collins. He's gonna get CJ Stroud back and 59 and a half higher receiving yards than another. Well, he hasn't been as reliable lately, but Travis Etienne, Jaguars against the Carolina Panthers, one of the worst run defenses in the league, higher than 60 and a half rushing yards. Hopefully, please. And then another running back. Go to another terrible run defense who the Bears just ran all over. The Arizona Cardinals against the Eagles. A lot of people may think, hey, DeAndre Swift. No, I'm going to go with Gainwell, higher than 21 and a half rushing yards. He's gone over it the last 3 games. So
Nice.
go with that one.
We'll go with that one.
Hopefully it's a blowout and Gainwell gets more
Yeah,
touches too.
that's true. Um, I feel like all 6 of these picks, or maybe I don't know. We haven't picked this year yet. I would say John Smith. I think you picked it last week. But my first one, we're going with the Tampa Bay. They're on a hot streak here. and I think they're gonna ride the hot streak. And I'm gonna take jeez, there's a lot of players. I'm gonna take Chris Godwin higher than 54 and a half receiving yards. It should be easy. Godwin and Mike Evans have been doing great this year. Next, this may be a little bit of surprise here, but I think Bailey Zappi higher than 204 passing yards. He's just gonna be throwing the ball, I think, the whole time. Maybe to Ezekiel sometimes. Um, I think higher than 204, he should get it. If it's a blowaway, they may be passing in the fourth. He may get benched. I don't know. And then finally, Johnny Smith from Atlanta versus Chicago. I'm going to go with Johnny Smith higher than 2.5 receptions.
I'm surprised he's not higher because he's been like one of the main receivers for the whole
That's
year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's getting more targets than Kyle Pitts, which is also very interesting. So
Yeah, that's the what's his name? Arthur Smith offense for you.
yeah,
Kyle Pitts is blocking. You got Jonu Smith out running routes.
running. Yep, Cordell Harge. Damn,
What a name!
what a name. I remember that guy. But those are our picks for Underdog Fantasy. I'm not gonna say what I usually said because I heard it back last week and it sounds really dumb. So I'm not gonna start and Noah cut
Are
it
you
last week, I
gonna
think.
are you gonna tail us or fade us? Is that what it is?
Ride with those
Or
picks or fade those picks.
ride or fade those picks. I know I left it at the end. I think
I don't know. I think you might have cut it last week. The first week you didn't cut it, and
it just depends because he might have said it when we're like not on the screen anymore
makes
for the
sense.
underdog, so that's why
Just yeah,
it wasn't in there. Didn't make the cut.
that's fine. I did it again this time. So, but if that is it, that's the end of episode number 67. Wow, I really just messed up my hair.
If that is it, that is it. You're right.
If that is it, that is it.
That is a fact.
Episode number 67 in the books. Let us know what you think, what you want us to talk about. Comment down below. Follow us on TikTok at the MPP Live for the best content. And we'll see everyone in the next one.
Yeah, see ya.